Stressed out and overwhelmed. 3 ways to get some peace back. Feeling stressed out and overwhelmed is a normal part of life, but you don't need to stay there. When it comes to improving your mental health, it's often a combination of rearranging your thinking and rearranging your life system. Rearranging your thinking involves making changes on the inside of you. Adjusting your expectations, looking for something positive in a tough situation, taking a different perspective. These are all examples of internal changes that you can make. And the good thing about internal changes is that you can make them rather quickly. Rearranging your life system involves making changes to the outside of you. For example, changing jobs so that you can reduce the amount of commute time you do each day, or hiring someone to relieve you of some of your workload. These are changes to your life system. As opposed to internal changes, sometimes external changes require more preparation and patience before the benefits show up. When you reach stress overload, these actions can reduce the overwhelm. The first one is an internal change. Number 1, adopt the train track theory of life. Life is not a monorail with disappointments and satisfactions alternately sequenced. The monorail view is that when we're going through a tough stretch, we can't wait to get back to a good stretch. But disappointments and satisfactions are with us at the same time, all the time, like 2 rails of a train track. One disappointment, the other satisfaction. When we are stressed and overwhelmed, it can often be the result of focusing on disappointments. And these disappointments soak up all our attention. We completely overlook that there are good and satisfying aspects of our life going on at the same time. So when you divert some of your attention from what is stressful to what is wonderful, it can reduce the sense of being overwhelmed. Because wonderful is all around us if we can just shift our mind to see it. The more we focus on the wonderful, the less overwhelming the stressful becomes. The key skill is being able to shift your focus when you are feeling stressed. And making this focus shift doesn't come naturally at first, but with repetition, it does become more second nature. Here is another response that can help reduce the stress and overwhelm. This one is also an internal change, which means you can do it immediately. Number 2. Remind yourself that life is hard, but you are strong. And life is hard, and it's particularly hard for those who make unwise decisions. But there is no escaping it. For the wise and the unwise, life is hard for all of us. And that's a good thing. There is no way to become strong and resilient if you are not put under stress. When people come to me for counseling, it's heart-rending to see the mental and emotional strain they are experiencing. But I also know that if they can figure it out, maybe with a little bit of help from a counselor, they will emerge stronger and more resilient for having gone through it. You don't want your life to be without stress, because surviving hardship is what makes your life interesting. Stress pushes you to figure things out and become more of a capable person. As the saying goes, the harder the wind blows, the stronger the tree grows. So stop looking at stress as the enemy, because that will stress you out even more. View stress as a pathway for you becoming strong and resilient. Number 3. And this is an external response. Change your circumstances. Life is about optimizing, taking whatever ill-fitting pieces you have in your life system and rearrange those pieces so that your life system works better. Life is complicated, and we add to the complication by taking on more responsibilities, traveling, moving from one home to another, taking on a mortgage, getting married, having kids, going back to school, getting a promotion. There are a multitude of ways that we add stress to our lives, and these things are all good. A lot of times we're stressed not because we are doing anything wrong. It's because we've just taken on a lot. And we don't realize how much we've taken on until we start feeling overwhelmed. And that's when we say to ourselves, okay, I've hit my limit here. When your life system gets complicated, do a life analysis. What can you stop doing, and what can you optimize to make your life system operate more efficiently? And finally, be patient with yourself. Making life adjustments can take a moment. Sometimes we paint ourselves into a corner, and it's going to take more than a minute to create a pathway out of that corner. So be patient with yourself. Lean on points 1 and 2 while you're working on point 3. You've made it this far, haven't you? Keep going. Keep figuring it out. This could be good for you. I'm Dr. Wes, and here's to making life better.